Hey, this is Dani, and the channel is You and Me Living Free. And I'll tell you what, today we're gonna go for a little hike. And I say little, it's probably gonna be little because these are not ideal conditions. As you can see, the sun is shining, but I am in Pahrump, Nevada, and there are no hiking trails nearby. When I looked up all trails for trails nearby, it wanted to send me back to Vegas, which is an hour away. So I'm just going to take off here across the wash, across the way. You can see I've got some great mountains back there, but I'll never make it that far. You know how they always like kind of look closer, but they're like miles and miles away. But I'm just going to take off and have some fun and just work on keeping, steady on the terrain, because it is definitely up and down. There's lots of cacti, there's lots of little shrubs and up and down, paths for the water. It's a big wash, I think, or a series of little washes or whatever, right? So if you've been boondocking places like this, then you know exactly what kind of terrain I'm talking about. But since I don't really have a path or a trail, I'm just going to do a little hiking, and I'll just share a few thoughts along the way, maybe. Not ideal because it is about 1 PM, but I'll tell you what, I just couldn't stay in my van any longer. I could have sat outside, but there was just nothing I felt like doing. And I did some research this morning to see the next place I want to go, which is going to be probably Death Valley National Park on my way to Alabama Hills, possibly. I don't know. If you watched the last few videos, I've had different things where I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to go here and then here, like Flagstaff and then the South Rim, and then stuff I didn't do. I've been changing my mind like crazy. So who knows? I may change my mind again, but that's the plan for right now. But I just spent a week in Kanab, Utah, and I needed Wi-Fi. I needed to upload a bunch of videos and do a bunch of editing and stuff like that. I got all that done, but while I was in Kanab, I didn't really do any hiking or anything, and I didn't do much exercise at all, and I'm feeling very much like I need to somehow get regular exercise into a part of my day, and these hikes are kind of every other day or every few days, sometimes once a week. So I need to get something more regular, but for now I just needed to get out of the van and enjoy the sunshine a little bit, even though it's going to get intense. As soon as I start moving, I'll start, I'm sure, dripping with sweat and be ready to go back to the van. But we'll just check it out, see how it goes. I don't have any goals for length of time or anything like that. It'd be nice to get at least a mile, maybe 2 miles. Even though the terrain is kind of rocky and rough, it is mostly flat. So let's see. If I'm not too sweaty and get too tired, then hopefully I can do a couple miles. Okay, let's do this. Starting off here right into like a little mini wash because it's a little more flat. It's a little kind of easier to get started because once you're up on the regular terrain, there's a lot of little plants and stuff to look out for that I try to move around, and plus it's not quite so ups and downs. But it didn't take me long. I got off of this track and went out into the great unknown and started the meandering stage of the hike. Moving kind of slow and steady, and I think through most of the hike I did the audio as I was walking, so I probably won't have much voiceover, and then in between clips I'll just show you the pictures of the plants and stuff that I was taking in the meantime. It's actually kind of fun just meandering and not having any real direction, and I don't know. Kind of fun. Look at this over here. Oh, you're looking at me. Hold on. Really beautiful. That's about what it looks like to my naked eye. That's about the scale, just to give you an idea. I have my hat with me and my water. When I start to do a video, I take off the hat because it's so big and floppy, it completely covers my face, which is fine most of the time, but In the video, I like to at least look at you a little bit. So, but I do want to keep in mind kind of where I am at all times, because not that I could get lost. I don't think I could actually get lost out here, because there are enough landmarks, and there's a road kind of back there with some telephone cables or whatever cables on it, so I could always get back there easy enough. Anyway, I'm starting to really kind of drip now. You can kind of tell, getting kind of drippy, but that's how it goes with me all the time. Van's a little far away, not too bad. You can't really see it. Let me zoom in a little bit. Is that it? Yep. That's it, dead center, but I can't zoom in anymore. Dead center right now. There she is. Here I am in my hat. That sun's a little too intense. Thank goodness there's a little breeze, or else I probably would have turned around by now. I'm literally only a little over half a mile out, but I don't know, not sure how much longer we'll go. See if I get any inspiration. But we're heading into the warmest part of the day. It's gonna be like 78, 79 degrees here today. I do not like it when it's this warm when I'm camping in the van. I'm chasing like mid 60s, maybe 70 degree mark, 75 at the most, any more than that. And just kind of feels a little, I don't want to say miserable, but a little harder to deal with. How about that? I was going to stay quiet for the pictures, but damn, look at that. That one looks really good, doesn't it? So you know how sometimes if I'm doing a hiking video and I am on road or something, I want to keep going until that turn in the road, right? So I was looking for something here to kind of keep me going a little bit. At first it's the fact that these mountains do look like they're getting a little bit closer. Not a lot, but a little bit. But also, now I'm kind of going from like one cacti or one, I don't even know for sure if these are cacti or what they are. Maybe I'll look it up later. But one little plant slash shrub slash tree to the next, which is kind of fun. So we'll see how long this keeps me motivated. Here's the latest thing I wanted to come across and see. It's pretty cool. Boy, I am good and sweaty right now. You can't even see me, can you? Because of this silly hat. Silly hat. Woo! That hat saves me though. I love that hat. I know it's kind of big and silly and orange, but I don't care. I love it because I have this fair skin. Woo! I'm good and drippy now. I don't know how far I've come. Less than a mile because I haven't heard the little prompt. But I'm going to start heading back. I'm going to head over and down towards the kind of road. I've been walking by tons of these as I'm on my little hike. And I really just stopped for the first time to realize that that is one hell of a stickery little bush right there. But I do try very hard to keep off of anything that's growing while I'm out here and not snuff out, you know, the life that really is so vital and so beautiful if you look at it in the right way. But anyway, wouldn't want to accidentally bump up into one of those. I love it when you're on the way back and you just subtly realize that you've been going up all the way out. So now you're at a little bit of a downhill. Love that shit. It's like just a little little bonus. Like, aren't you glad you went a little further? Now your way home is going to be easier. It kind of makes me want to go a little further, so I might kind of go out and back around to the van. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm on my way back now. Another thing I love is when I take a big drink of water and realize I put some ice in there. But boy, when you're out like this and there's pure sun and no moisture or anything, and then you remember you have ice water, it's like the best drink in the whole world. Well, the breeze is coming from this direction and I'm going slightly downhill, so maybe we'll keep this going a little bit longer. You know what else I was thinking? Well, you know I'm going to tell you, right? Because it's me. I'm rambling out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm really glad that I don't ever have to try to act like I'm cool or anything. Like, it's so easy just to be my dorky self and not care, you know? And I'm so happy that I get to have my small beloved audience that is just with me. No matter how dorky, no matter how sweaty, none of that matters. Like, I can do the bad camera angle like this, you know, like I could never do that if I was afraid of not being cool. It's such a release of any pressure or stress to just be yourself. And
time 50 minutes 19 seconds. Total distance 1.0 miles. Average pace 50 minutes 17 seconds per mile.
there's my 1 mile. And it took 50 minutes. Of course, I've been stopping and taking a bunch of pictures and doing these little videos and stuff. So no big surprise there. Got my 50-minute mile. Speaking of being too cool for school, right? Speaking of being, whoops. I just hooked my hat on a plant and I wasn't paying attention. I don't want to harm the plant. Hold on. Now I'm asking, where did my breeze go? It was here a minute ago. It is not here any longer. And the sun is really beaten down, so I am definitely ready to about be done with this hike. So I'm headed to the road and heading to the nearest kind of telephone pole thing right now. And then I'll take the road back to my car. And then hopefully by the time this is all said and done, we'll have close to 2 miles in. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right. Okay. Let's finish strong. I constantly walk by little things like this, and I think, what animal lives in there? There's one, and then there's one down right there. Like, what animals living down in there? Are they snakes or lizards or rodents or... I don't know. Does anybody know? Okay, then you come to an area like this and there's like tons of them. Where did this go? Why can't I find it? Boy, they hide, don't they? There he is. There he is. I get to an area like this and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a ton of them. Have I got it zoomed in or something? Yeah, I've got it zoomed in more. There's a ton of them all around. It's like I'm on a mound or something. Maybe I should get off. Oh, shoot. Yeah. That almost feels hollow in there. I'm going to keep moving. Okay. Now I'm back on the road. Here we go. Van's just up there a ways. Being back on the road sure is easier, but it's not as much fun. Can I do this where you won't get shined by the sunshine in the back? it's not near as much fun. You know, now I'm just thinking, just get back home. It's like a little more like drudgery. It's not really, I can't really say it's like being on a treadmill because that is so boring, right? But I don't know, it was so much easier when my mind was all engaged and looking at what was around me and asking questions and just kind of being engaged and not constantly thinking about, oh, wow, this isn't even 2 miles and oh, it's still kind of hard and oh, look, I have this much ground to cover before I get back. This has ended up being really good workout. I'm glad I got off my butt and came out here. Yeah, there's the van. It's all shiny and silver. Got my sun protection up on the back. Home sweet home. Back in the van, feeling good. Look at that though. I'm all glistening. You know, there's glistening and then there's just sweaty. I think I'm past glistening to sweaty, but there's kind of a weird glow, isn't there? Anyway, oh, thanks for coming along for the ride. I'm home. I'm gonna drink down some more of this water. And then I think I'm out of fresh fruit, but I have an applesauce. Ooh, I'm gonna eat some cold applesauce. And I'm gonna completely cool down and drink, and then I'm gonna have lunch. Yay. All right. Thank you so much for coming along for the hike. If you're still here, you know what you deserve. You deserve a medal. I'm sending you tons of love, sending it to you right now. Hope you can feel it. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. 2 tiny little bonuses. This is my screenshot from Map My Walk, so it ended up being 1.85 miles, which is not bad at all. Okay, maybe I'll save this for the end because it's kind of gross, but there's so much scat out here. And it looks small for horses. I don't know what kind it is. It kind of blends in. I don't even know if you can see it. Well, maybe since there's hardly any rain, maybe it just stays around forever. Maybe that's why there's so much of it out here. I don't know. Silly things you wonder about when you're out on a hike, huh?